I've heard so much about this, but what I'm excited about is I heard the creation kind of happened by accident. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it happened. It was completely by accident. Yeah, we were reading sort of straight version of the play that Simon Stevens had written, and Sam Yates, the director, and Simon and I were reading all the parts, and we sort of allocated the parts, and then we sort of misallocated them. So I ended up having to sort of act with myself, and I was like, oh, let's just continue and just see what happens. And it turns out that these two characters in the play that said that they were completely in opposition to each other, were completely different to each other. Actually, it turns out that they were when there was one voice, just sounded like a sort of an insane person talking to themselves the way we do. And so we sort of started to workshop the idea, and it sort of came from there. And the idea being that we're all much more similar to each other than we think. Once you remove the surface, what people say they are. People are beautiful or young or old or all that kind of stuff. That human beings are essentially want the same things.
Absolutely. It's not often with a production that you do rehearsal, you do the show, and then that's it. But you've had multiple times, and now for New York, going back into the rehearsal and being able to kind of play and dive deep. Have you discovered anything new here for New York?
Absolutely we have. Yeah, there's no point in just rehashing it.
Correct.
You want to sort of go, the last time was a huge undertaking because obviously it was playing all those huge characters, and we were working on how do you make it clear for the audience, and it was just a huge thing. And now I played it for a long time in the West End, and so you're able to sort of now just find the time and go, do you know what, I think this can be clearer, or this is going to be funnier, or this works and this doesn't. So yeah, we've definitely honed it a little bit.
Yeah. There's also something very pure to me about just a one person on stage. There's nothing really to distract. It's just you and the text.
Yeah.
Tell me about what that's like performing that, well, I guess here 8 times a week.
Yeah, it's exposing.
Yeah.
And particularly in this beautiful little theatre, it's very, very intimate, much more so than we'd had in the West End, but I love that.
Yeah.
So there's nobody else for the audience to look at, and so I have to apologise in advance for that. There's no big huge orchestra. So, but that's what its beauty is. We're really just trying to really distill this incredible masterpiece of a play, and I really think you can sort of feel his spirit in what we're doing. Hopefully.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that American audiences are very fond of you as well. Is there anything you're looking forward to about doing this production for a New York American audience?
Well, it's always interesting. I love New York audiences. They're incredibly enthusiastic, and it'll be very interesting to see. That's all to play for. The stuff that hits. It's always interesting when you do a play in London and you do a play in New York or Dublin or around the different cities. Some stuff just really hits, and I don't know. So that'll be revealed over the weekend when we start showing it to the audience. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Thank you so much.
Thank
Cannot
you
wait to
so
come
much.
see it.
So we
Appreciate
see
it.
All the best.